Texting. We are back. Segment 2. IDD, for those who know I don't disagree. The redoubtable one, Tom Izzo. The victorious one, Tom Izzo. In his channeling his inner red hour back this evening. The highly questionable Arjun Miliaccio.
It's just a $5 little stogie.
It's still a stogie. Red used to let him up on the sideline.
Well, he had the big ones.
Yeah, but he let up in front of the other team. That's so bad. What an asshole.
After any laugh or just a championship?
He would only do it after championships.
Oh, well, come on.
Yeah, he did it then. But they could see him do it. And the fact that back then you were allowed to do it on the sideline.
Dude, remember when baseball managers could smoke?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
It's nuts now. Now it's just, you can't fathom it. But
it'd be amazing though. You're sitting in the dugout just smoking cigs.
Yeah, I mean. Well, now that marijuana is legal in some places, who knows? You'll never see that.
You're not hitting a baseball high.
No, that's true.
I don't know. Maybe some guys could.
Maybe some guys. It depends. If it's the sativa, you know what I mean? Not a sativa.
Yeah, but it had me jumpy.
Well, at least you won't fall asleep.
I know, but
the biggest fear of sitting in the dugout, you could fall asleep. What if it's like a pitcher's duel and nobody's moving? I mean, you never know. Just saying.
No, if you're in the game,
anyway,
pitcher's duel means you're up and down quick.
We are back, segment 2, round 2 NBA playoffs preview. There are still 2 series, or is it 3 series? 3 series, 2 in the West, 1 in the East to be decided. But we do have some matchups.
Say them out loud.
We have Orlando and Cleveland, Game 6 tomorrow night down in the Magic Kingdom. We've got Game 6, Dallas and the Clippers. The Clippers are strange. I can't figure them out. And then what's the other one over there? Or are they all over?
I mean, Lakers lost.
Maybe it's just 1-1. Yeah, because Oklahoma City's through. Denver's through and Minnesota. Yeah, so it's 1-1. I'm sorry, it's only 1-1. So it's those 2.
2 series left.
2 series left.
And they both go tomorrow night?
Both
Game 6
one is definitely tomorrow night. Let me see. Hold on. I had the schedule right in front of me.
They're probably trying to stretch it out.
Maybe. Let me see. Friday. They are both tomorrow night.
Ooh.
ESPN has them both.
Both Game 6?
7, yep. Orlando, Cleveland, 7 o'clock. LA at Dallas, 9:30. So this could all end. Yeah, it could. If Cleveland and Dallas win, the second round is set. If not, you could have potentially 2 Game 7s on Sunday, which would be kind of cool.
Be a nice little early May gift.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Look, so far the players have been very excited.
Is it Cinco de Mayo?
Sunday is. Mm-hmm. It is.
Little margarita.
Little Margaritaville. So yeah, the second round. What we do know, I'm going to start off with to me this is the chess match of all chess matches because Indianapolis was number 1 in scoring. And
they're not Indianapolis.
Indiana. They play in Indianapolis. And the Knicks are top 3 in defense. So this is literally rubber meets the road here. It won't be as physical as what we just witnessed. That I can promise you. It'll be more up and down. Now, the challenge to the Knicks is to keep this a half-court game. This is not the team you want to get into a track meet with. You have one in here? Let me see. Do you?
So they got to slow it down?
They got to slow it down. They got to play a half-court game. Which, by the way, is what they did most of the season. It's their game.
Could I have just a Diet Pep?
There you go. So they've got to play the game they normally would play. Philly was different because they had to get Embiid running. They don't have to do that here. In fact, if anything, they want to do the exact opposite. Okay.
So what is the message and strategy when you're trying to slow the game down?
Well, New York is good. Here's the thing. New York has the ability, with most positions, to switch a clean switch, where they can still cover. They have good enough athletes to do that, with Hart and Anunoby in particular.
Yeah.
So they've got because they're going to spread them out, and Halliburton is the catalyst. So you've got to get the ball out of his hands early, believe it or not, because if that happens, they're more likely to try and pull it back and try and run a set. If he's able to get up the floor, it becomes this thing that can go on seemingly forever, and that's their game. And I can tell you this, the Knicks will not beat them playing that style.
Yeah.
If the Knicks get them into a half-court game, the Knicks beat them because Indy doesn't play good defense. And if the Knicks just slow it down, they will score on almost every possession. if they take quality shots, which they have for the most part.
So they don't have any defenders? They don't have a Pat Bev style?
Pascal.
Oh, they got Siakam.
Siakam,
He
he's a good defender, but he's not the guy. He's got to defend Anunoby. I mean, Brunson's going to be a problem. Obviously, DiVincenzo's going to be a problem. So
maybe get some Deuce McBride. I don't know what their bench
and Hart's going to be a problem. So this is the thing. If
Who's
New
that guy
York,
with the headband? He seemed a little tough.
yeah, he is. Yeah,
Hembrand or something.
yeah, he's pretty tough, but he's not Philly tough. He's not. The thing is this.
I mean, New York tough.
Either or. I'm saying it's not going to be as physical. It's going to be more of a chess match. So New York has to keep the pace down. And again, they think about Indy tricks you because they will let you get some transit. They won't get back on defense, and because you'll be like, we've got to take advantage of it. That's exactly what they want you to do. So if it's not a breakaway dunk, don't do it. Mm-hmm. Don't do it because they want you in that pace. Because before you know it, you're running up and down for 5 minutes. Well, how the fuck did we get it? And then you can't stop it. Mm-hmm. So New York has to be cognizant of this. And if they get a steal in the half court and they get it, that's you go. Other than that, walk it up as often as you can. Take the air out of the ball.
Well, I noticed the Knicks do that a couple times tonight, where because this series, it's almost like they wanted to get out and run so quickly that they made mistakes a lot.
They did because it's not what they normally do.
It wasn't always, and it wasn't always there.
Yeah.
They had. So many times where they stole the ball or got a defensive rebound and pushed it into nothing.
Yep.
And fucked up and lost the ball.
Because they didn't need to do it.
Right, they didn't need to do it. Tonight I saw them pull back.
Yeah, and they were in the second half, they were a lot smarter.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're gonna have to be like that against them, apparently.
Yeah, but again, they got to say, look, be quick but go slow. Mm-hmm. So get it over half court quickly and then because the Pacers don't want to play defense. And here's the thing. The longer you make them play defense, the more they're going to use their legs, and that's when their shot goes. They don't want to expand energy on defense. They want to save it for offense. So don't get into that. Don't get caught up in that. You run only when it's obvious, and the rest of the time you slow it down, you work the ball. You move the ball like you did tonight, because I guarantee you, they won't close out the way Philly did. They won't. They just won't. They don't have as many. Philly had better perimeter defenders than Indy doesn't have. That's not what they do. It's not what they do. So New York, if they reverse the ball and move it like this, they'll get whatever they want. They'll get whatever they want, and you just got to kill them slowly.
Yeah.
You got to kill them slowly. Don't let this get into a track meet, or you will not keep up with them.
Do you put OG on Halliburton, or do you put him on the big? How big is the big?
Miles Turner, he's big.
He's 6'10", or is he taller?
He's at least 6'10". Probably taller than that. Let me see. Let's set this up here. Indiana.
He's not as big as Embiid, right?
No, he's not that big. But, Jesus, he averaged 22 points a game in that first round. He's 6'11". 250. Season averages 17-7, so he's a good player. 22-10 in the first round. Now again, there was no Giannis for the entire series.
And you were right. Brook Lopez looked old.
He is old. And by the way, I can't tell you how happy I am to see those guys go down. I'm just sick of, Portis with his stupid dancing. Go dance down in fucking Cancun.
He was dancing?
He would dance in these stupid dances. I'm like, what are you doing, you doggy?
Is that when he was on the sideline with those guys?
No, he did it in the game when they beat Miami. And I'm like, haven't you won a championship? Act like you've been there, man. You're in the fucking play-in. Actually, it wasn't in the play-in. I'm sorry. It was the end of the regular season when they won a game, but on the last day.
Dude, he also fucking got thrown out of a game because, when your team's already shorthanded, God knows better.
Yeah, you lost that game, by the way. So yeah, and any team with Pat Beverly on it. And Denario Gallinari, that's fucking embarrassment to Italians the world over. I'm so glad he didn't.
Danilo's on that team.
I'm so glad he never played for the Celtics. That's when they signed him. I cringed. The guy is just a.
Oh, they signed him.
He was there 1 year. He never played. He got hurt in preseason, and never touched the court, thank God. And then he was gone. They didn't want to.
Still staying on that bench.
And then he was mad because the Celtics.
On that bench with his ass sweat.
Yeah, then he was mad because the Celtics didn't resign him. Like you were hurt the whole fucking season. Now you're 34. Why would they sign you now? They don't know what you're going to be like coming. So he gets in the game. A couple of games. He does absolutely nothing. I think he scored one basket. But him and Pat Beverly can just. They can just. If I never see them again, it'll be too soon.
Isn't it nice? Pat Bev and Kyle Lowry just got eliminated.
Are both gone.
Bye-bye.
It's a beautiful thing.
Bye-bye.
When two donkeys like that are no longer in it. So.
And Embiid. And Embiid's gone, and he fouled out. Yep. He fouled out like a turd.
Like a turd. Because, again, that foul down the other end he didn't need to get, but he couldn't contain himself. So, again, that's their mentality, though. They're not as mentally strong as the Knicks are, and that inevitably was a difference.
They just complained.
What's going to be cool about this next series is that Indiana is also – they are resilient. They're a resilient bunch. And the Knicks are going to have to beat them, which they can. But because Indy's not going to beat themselves. They're not, especially with Halliburton, who the last half of this series started to look more like himself. So I think he's back to form. So,
the first game, didn't he only take 7 shots or something?
Yeah, he didn't. The first couple of games, he didn't look right. The last two and a half, he looked much better. So, in any event, that's going to be a great first round series. I have New York winning that in 7. I think it goes 7, but New York does prevail.
Oh man, I don't know what to think about that series.
Indy at home is very tough.
Yeah,
and I don't
think we can get a game there.
I don't think either team's going to win in that team squad. I think they're all going to hold serve. If they both get one, it'll be early. It won't be late. It'll be early. So I have the Knicks in 7 because they're both going to get theirs. But at the end, New York having that home court is going to be huge. And they will lock them down in the 7th game.
The thing is, I don't think we played well against them this year.
You haven't yet.
What's the record? Do you know the record? Do we win 1 from them?
I think you did. Let me see.
1-3, 1-4.
I think you did. Wait a minute.
Because they concern me.
They should because they're dangerous. But you again in games like this, usually the team that's the better defensive team wins. And in this case, it's not close. The Knicks have people tonight. Brunson 41, DiVincenzo 23, OG 19.
Yeah.
The Knicks can score, and if they can do that against Philly, who's a much better defensive team than these guys are, what can those guys do against them? But again,
you talked an extra game for me. So
the key is
Knicks in 6.
The key is this: the Knicks on the road, they're gonna have a hard time stopping them.
Yeah. Because once they start lighting it up.
Yeah, at home, that crowd, I watched this tonight. They just, again, Milwaukee was depleted. I get it. But actually, Lillard tried to play. But, he was all right. He wasn't what he needed to be.
He was shellish.
Yeah. So, the thing is the Knicks are a much better team than Milwaukee, though. So, you have to take into account the defensive team they were playing. Milwaukee was criticized all year for their defense. And Indiana beat them 4 times when Giannis was on the floor. So, even if Giannis had played, Indy was going to be favored in this series. They should have been. They owned him. So
yeah,
but we're looking at the Knicks' schedule. They regular season. Let me see here. Regular season. Here we go.
You should just be able to click on one of the Indy games, and then it'll show you all of them.
I'm going to do that right now. But I have the Knicks schedule up, so I'm going to do it. With where's Indy? Where are you, Indy? No, what are you doing?
This with me, he'd be going, every time you look on that thing,
no,
what
I found it.
Happens?
They lost to them in this game 140 to 126. So see, they put up 126, but they gave up 140. But again, this is before
OG, right?
Before OG, I think.
What was the date?
Hold on, let me go back to that. What happened there? Go back to the screen. I wanted to see the box score.
Every time, I swear to God.
Sweet.
You and this iPad.
Yeah, I already have it up. Here we go.
Always issues with you and this iPad.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. So Pacers won the first one. The Knicks won the second one. The Pacers, so they were 1 and 2 against them.
Right,
and let me explain the difference. This is it. Pacers 140 to 126. Knicks 109-105.
That's where they need to play.
Pacers 125-111.
They got to keep them under 110.
Yeah, which they did once. So
not terrible the other times. Well, the 140's bad.
But that was on December 30th. Okay.
Before OG.
Yeah. The next two were February 1st and then February 10th. I don't even know if OG played in those games.
He might have played in one of them.
So
I don't think he played in. He ended up getting. Remember, because he played about 10 games with them or 13 games, and then he was gone. I think he probably played in that game.
Okay, right now I got the box score right up because I have so much problems with this tablet.
What's going on with you every time? Every time, look at this.
This isn't me. Now, you just saw that without me touching the screen.
Every time. It's only your iPad.
So,
is Og Anunoby there?
No, he didn't play in this game. This was 109 to 105.
Brad
had 16, DiVincenzo 20, Brunson had 40. Hartenstein 12, Achua had 12. Hart had 5 and 12 rebounds. So that was the game the Knicks won. But that was on. Let's see the second one on February 10th. What happened there? The Pacers won that game.
So this is right after OG got hurt.
This game was in New York. So what was the stat line in this one? Here we go. So Miles Turner, who had 23. Halliburton had 22 and 12 assists. They have a bench, and they got 40 points out of that bench on that night. You had Gibson, Brunson. No, he didn't play in this one either. So he's not seen OG. They haven't seen OG. So...
Yeah, because that was right after he got hurt. Yeah. They played great in January. Yeah. Him and Randall got hurt, and then February was tough, but the Knicks stayed afloat.
So that should be a hell of a series. And again, it's a chess match. It's when one team's style of play impose their will on the other.
And it's an old school series.
Yeah,
it's a retro series.
Rick Carlisle's a hell of a coach, by the way.
Jim Carrey?
He's a hell of a coach. He won a title in Dallas. This is going to be good from a lot of standpoints. It is. The coaching matchup is good. They're both real good. So
he's an offensive coach, though, right?
He is, and Tibbs is the defensive guy. Yeah, it's a chess match. So I like New York in 7. If Game 7 was in India, I might give you a different answer. But defense travels. However, I just think that at home, that team is electric. At home, on the road, yeah. All day, every day, if you can get them. But at home, they're very tough. When that offense is clicking like that, you just almost like a faucet you can't turn off. So, but the Knicks will do it enough to prevail. I'm pretty sure he's picking the Knicks in 6.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So, and that could certainly happen.
Well, I'm just choosing to believe. Yep. You know, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'll have my moments of doubt, but then
it's gonna be a hell of a series. The other one that I want to talk about, this Denver Minnesota series. This is the definition. I can't wait to see how they're going to deploy these guards, because I want to see. To me, the matchup is Murray and Anthony Edwards. Jamal Murray.
He's not going to guard him, really.
They're both point guards. Oh, he plays point. But anyway.
It's a size difference there, isn't there?
Murray's 6'4". He's not tiny.
He's pretty big.
He's not tiny.
I thought you might put like Porter on him.
Yeah, they might. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm just saying that when you look at this matchup, they have Minnesota and they took the season series from them. By the way, they got injured, or they probably would have had home court. They didn't have Cat Towns for a month. So the thing is this:
it's actually Ka Towns. Towns.
They call him Cat. I don't know why.
His name is Carl Anthony Towns.
I just call him Carl. Because Cat just sounds like...
You just call them Cat Towns.
Cat Towns. I didn't say I liked it.
I kind of liked it.
It's the name I keep hearing.
I kind of like Cat Towns. Even though the T stands for town. So you're like saying Carl Anthony Towns.
I mean, to me, this series, health is everything. Murray has 5 days off with this ankle.
Oh, it's an ankle?
It's an ankle. So that should help him. I think both teams would be pretty close to 100%. But, Anthony Edwards, the thing about him is he doesn't seem to care about the moment, meaning he has no historical perspective on this. He doesn't care if they're the reigning champs. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Okay?
He thinks he's better.
He thinks he's better than them. He's like, yeah, well, they did all that, but they didn't do it against me. Actually, they did. They beat you in 5 games last year.
Did you see the Mike Conley interview talking about Ant?
Yeah.
Where he was like, I've never had a teammate more confident. And he looks like it.
He does. He will not shrink from the moment. I can tell you that. I think that Minnesota wins this series. And I do. And I think they win it in 6. Because the reality is if L.A. had any closers besides LeBron James, they would not have lost to Denver. And the numbers are astronomically in my favor here.
Yeah, that's a good
in terms of how
good take.
Denver led for a total of like 40 minutes in 5 games. That means LA choked more than they won. And everybody says, well, they were toying with them. Oh, I got news for you. Let's see them try and pull that with Minnesota.
They can't.
Because they're not going to be able to toy with this kid.
So you don't think it's going to be – you think it's 6? What about 5? Could it be 5?
No, Denver will get 2. They'll probably get the first 2. Actually, no. I think Minnesota will get one of the first 2. And then they'll go
Denver?
In Denver. Minnesota will get one of the first 2 in Denver.
So what is this? 2-3?
It's 1-2. It's 2-2, 1-1.
No. I'm sorry. The matchup.
It's 2-3.
2-3.
Yeah,
okay.
Denver's the 2.
Yeah.
So what I think is going to happen is Minnesota's going to get one of the first 2, and they're going to get both at home. It'll be 3-1. Denver gets game 5. Minnesota wins it in 6.
I mean, I trust your take.
It's got nothing. Look at Jokic.
I don't
Here's
know
the thing.
team well enough.
I think Minnesota knows that Jokic by himself can't beat them, and they have enough firepower to offset him. They have big bodies to keep Gordon off the glass. Karl Anthony Towns will do that, or his coach is a moron, because you have to keep Gordon off the glass. Whoever draws that assignment, I think it's going to be him. So he has to keep him from giving them second and third shots. I think they'll do that.
You said keep who off the glass?
Keep Aaron Gordon off the glass.
That's right.
The biggest reason the LA lost that series was they never really kept him off the glass.
And you said going into it that was the key.
That was the key. And when you look back at every single game, he ate on that glass.
Yeah.
He did.
Every time they tried to make a run, he would do some shit like that. Yeah.
He'd get a rebound. Seriously.
Put back down.
The 2 game-winning shots were because he got a second chance, and they called the timeout away. He got a rebound. So
he's one of those. Man, he's a great energy player.
He is, and this is where Minnesota
never stops.
Has to tell Karl Anthony Towns, don't fuck up the way the court jester did. Keep him off the glass.
But who takes Jokic?
Oh, Gobert does.
Gobert.
Yeah, and if I'm them, I play him 1-on-1. Don't help. If he gets 40,
and don't leave your feet.
He gets 40. Don't let what's his name there, Larry Bird wannabe, go off. Don't let him go off.
Joe Porter
Jr. Don't let him become that dude again. He was far too many times because of these. He got open on the kickouts because everybody was collapsing, and he bang, 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 bang. I see it in my sleep.
Well, when you give him the step in, you know what I mean. When it's a step in 3, it's like, they live for those.
That's a pro's dream,
right?
So I mean, and then there's Anthony Edwards, who Denver has no answer for, none. There's no one on the Denver roster that can come.
Does Aaron Gordon play good defense?
He's not quick enough to stay with him.
No, he's too big, right?
He's too slow.
Yeah.
He'll go around him and dunk it on Jokic. And
I would like to see
and
that
he will,
this round.
by the way. He will if he gets the chance. So my thing is this. Murray's just as but Murray hasn't, that was last year. This kid remembers what happened last year, and he's not going to let it happen again. And the fact that they saw them once already bodes well for them. They saw them in the playoffs before, so they know what to expect. Yeah. They know what to expect.
They've seen them Denver was better last year, right?
Denver was a better team last year.
Yeah.
Denver's bench, I'm telling you, it's not what it was. It didn't cost them against L.A. It will against Minnesota. Yeah. It will. And even if Denver goes up 2-0, I don't think Minnesota's out of it. Because of Ant. They have that guy that doesn't give a shit. He doesn't seem to care. Like, you could tell him the historical, and he will laugh at you. He doesn't care about any of that shit. It doesn't apply to him. That's how he thinks. So, and good for him, because that gives him. That's the reason why. It's not that his talent. He has the attitude that matches talent.
Here's something that I would like to see. I would like to see Jamal Murray try to outplay.
This is the thing.
Because he's got that kind of attitude.
To me, this is the matchup.
He doesn't get
the matchup. Isn't Jokic and it's these two.
But not even so. Where you just mean like how they perform versus if they're actually on each other.
I can guarantee you that Anthony Edwards is going to guard him.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, if he starts scoring,
he's going to guard him.
Yeah,
he will be like, nope, get the fuck out of here. I got him.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah,
because he did that in the Phoenix series.
Yeah, he did. And I'm telling you right now, that Murray.
You don't think Murray can get by him?
No, I know he can't.
He's that good defensively.
Have you seen this kid play defense?
Not really.
I have. He's like Jaylen Brown.
I don't watch a ton of West Coast basketball.
Murray will get by him with high screen and rolls. He won't just take him off the dribble.
No,
it'll be screen.
You know
and
that
rolls.
like fall away, that step back shot he has is pretty nice.
I know, but the thing is, you got to have a step on somebody. He's not quicker than this kid. He is not quicker than him. And the kid has long arms and he's athletic as hell.
He's thicker than him, though, right? He's got a little more body than him.
Ant
is strong, but he's kind of lean and thin.
He reminds me of Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's a very similar build.
Very similar build.
But it's almost more athletically built.
And it's not more.
No?
No.
I don't know, dude.
No.
When he goes up for a fucking dunk, man, it's fucking thunderous.
I saw Jordan do that to Hall of Fame big men. I haven't seen him do that to Hall of Fame big men. David Robinson.
There aren't even.
There's no David Robinson.
There are no Hall of Fame big men.
Jokic.
To do it to. I
Jokic.
know. But even him.
Embiid.
But
couple.
OG Anunoby just posterized him tonight. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It was gorgeous.
He's 6'8".
And Embiid's bitch ass pushed him in the stomach, and he still got poster. Did you see that? He pushed the man in the air, and he still just fucking yoked it in his face.
No, I mean, look.
I should find a clip of that.
Look, the thing is, this series is going to be a heavyweight fight. Would it surprise me if it went 7? No, but I think it's going to go. I think Minnesota's going to get him in 6 because they're not afraid of the moment. They're not afraid of them.
Yeah,
they remember what happened last year, and Anthony Edwards is a far better player than he was last year. He was good last year. He went up 2 levels this year.
Who's that?
Anthony Edwards. He was good last year. He went up 2 levels.
Which part of his game improved this year?
Mid-range. Mid-range. He was more of a 3 and a slasher. Now he's got this
3 level.
Yeah, now this is where he's starting to remind me of Jordan, where he can pull up from anywhere.
Oh, dude. Nick Nurse crying after the game. You want to hear it?
Do I want to hear it?
I don't understand it. Right?
I don't understand.
Crying about refs.
Still?
Yeah. This is after the game tonight. God.
Tyrese's game tonight after the big game the other night, where slow start, but obviously made some big plays.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little disappointed that he didn't get in there a little bit. Again, I don't understand why every time he goes in there that they just never. It's kind of been that way, right? He goes in there and gets sent to the floor time and time again, and I mean he shot 4 free throws, one and one they fouled him in the backcourt. I mean I don't understand it. Right, so I think it's tough for him to go in there like we've talked about that before. When he gets in those situations that he's got to go to something else, right? You just can't keep going in there, get knocked down, and just realize they're never going to call it. You got I got to adjust the game a little bit and go to the slam on the brakes.
Somebody get him a bib.
What a
baseline
baby.
fall away.
Somebody get him a
whatever
tissue.
it is that
diaper.
we need to improve on for next season.
That's just Tyrese's game.
This guy, man.
That's a bad look.
He is just a weasel.
That's a bad.
What a fucking weasel.
Bad look.
The Knicks have dudes. The Knicks have dogs. They're going to do damage. Tommy Lugauer. Funny.
That sounds like a Tommy Lugauer. It's got a Tommy Lugauer all over it.
The Knicks have dudes. The Knicks have
dudes and dogs and dogs and dudes and dudes that walk dogs and dogs that get walked by dudes. Yeah. Fucking brilliant commentary there. I was curious about something.
What were you curious about? Oh, this is funny. So Brunson, after he makes his shot towards the end of the game, he looks up into the rafters at his Villanova championship banners. I didn't realize they were hanging in that building.
Yeah, Villanova plays some of their games. Well, here's the problem with Mr. Nurse's.
Look, just watch this poster.
I saw it.
Watch him push him. See him push him? Yeah. In midair. In the stomach.
Dirty.
That you heard a guy like that.
Dirty. Man, dirty.
Oh, man, he dunked on that motherfucker. I love that they were passing up threes for fucking dunks.
The Knicks
loved it.
They went to the foul line, they being the Sixers, 23 times. The Knicks went 24. To me, that's a wash. Shut the fuck up.
And I guarantee that's the first time that it's been in the Knicks' favor all series.
If it was like 31-10, okay, I could see that. But 23-24, shut the fuck up. Don't act like you guys didn't get any calls.
No, and we're always the team going after loose balls.
Just because Maxey hits the floor doesn't mean it was because they always threw him on the floor.
Yeah.
Could I see that happen a couple times? Sure, but every single time? No. Hey, Nick, here's the real reason why Maxey hits the floor. Because he's so fucking fast. When he gets in the air, he's out of control.
Yeah.
So he doesn't control his landings well. He hits the floor more because of that than contact.
No, and if they don't actually make contact with him, it seems like that's when he goes down. Yeah. When he's able to shoulder into somebody, ooh, Pat Bev and Pacers fans going, Pat Bev threw something at the fans.
Loser. Wow, what a class act that Pat Beverly is, I got to tell you. Class personified by that donkey.
Let's see. Let me make sure I'm right. All right, Brooke Lopez is coming off. What's Pat Bev? Yeah, he did. He threw something up there.
Did he mean to do it?
Oh,
he threw it down.
Then he pegged it. Hit somebody in the head. I wonder what happened. Did they throw something at him?
I don't know.
Somebody's holding it.
We'll have to check the post-game interviews.
Looked like a coach got hit.
Yeah.
Looks like a woman fixing her hair, but it looks like she might be part of the coaching staff. Because they're in all black behind that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Weird.
Now they're kicking the guy out.
Yeah.
I wonder what he did.
Must have been he started it, I guess.
I guess so. But there's the guy right there. Somebody throws a ball. Thought it was Pat Bev. Now they throw it back to him softly, and he pegs it at them. What the fuck?
I don't know. Pat Bev.
Weird.
Pat Bev. Not going quietly into that good night.
No. Is that Dylan Thomas?
So, yeah, as I see them take it on the chin, get bum blasted by India. They blasted the bum.
This is funny. Did you ever hear when Pat Bev told Steph Curry the next 5 years are mine?
No, but I'm sure he said that.
He said, it's documented. Yeah. So since he said it, 2020 blown 3-1 lead. 2021 Western Conference Finals. 2022 first round exit. 2023 missed playoffs. 2024 first round exit.
Oh yeah, Patrick Beverly, they were yours.
Oh man,
looks like you were on the wrong end of a lot of lube.
Yeah, it
looks like a few backside Georgies there.
Backside Georgie. Yeah, people are saying he might get suspended. Oh, this is him. This is him crying. Remember after he threw his jersey into the crowd when Minnesota won a play-in game? Oh. Do you remember that? It was a play-in game, and he took his jersey off. He was standing on the scoreboard like Jordan after a title.
After his 6th title, this guy was a play-in. Acting like he's going to get the Larry O'Brien trophy. Oof. They didn't get out. They lost, too. So, yeah.
They lost. They lost first round.
Donkey. Another donkey. So, yeah, man. Those are the two that we're going to preview now. Tomorrow night, two game sixes on the tilt. This might end tomorrow night, but I personally am hoping Orlando wins. So they can take it a 7th game, give Celtics a couple extra days.
I think.
And I don't know what.
Listen, give both teams a lot of credit for the way they fought and played.
Oh God!
But it was 8-on-5.
Give them some credit for hitting a huge 3 in 3 of the wins. Right. At the end. The series probably could could have went the exact opposite the way it did, but it didn't. So congratulations.
It's all because of coaching.
For ending up on the positive side of it.
He's a donkey.
Like, he just can't say they beat us.
No. The better team won. That's all I gotta say. Better team won. We fought hard. It was close. Could have gone, but they were better. They won. I just don't get why every time he goes to the basket, no matter how many times he gets knocked down, they never play.
Oh, God, he's such a whiny bitch.
Fucking crybaby. Anyway, that's going to do it for our show tonight. We will return Monday when we will be looking at Game 1 of the semifinals. The Knicks will be the first game, and the Game 2 will be Minnesota-Denver. So we will keep you updated through that Monday night, plus Red Sox and Mets updates as well. And, Evan Blanco, quick shout-out. Evan pitched yesterday. Virginia, who's ranked 14th, I believe currently, pitched a 5-hit shutout.
He did 9 innings?
No, 5. It was a 5-hit. I think he went 7.
Okay.
And I think he struck out 6, and he pitched a shutout.
Great job.
So they won, yeah. So congratulations to Evan Blanco, our boy there, out there in Charlottesville.
Great job.
And we'll get more updated rankings and standings because they're getting near the end of the regular season. I'll give you an update on the UVA men's baseball team. But good win the other day. Congratulations, Evan, and we will keep you updated on that as well. So until Monday, you guys enjoy the weekend. We will see you on Man Up Monday for the Dado one himself, the highly questionable one. Until then, boys and girls, you know the drill.
Dude, there's a lot on Twitter right now.
I'm sure there is.